Local 8195.7 Jam School of Hip Hop live on location at Land Park. We just wrapped up a great event about the SB 1070, which is something that he's going to explain. I know about it, but I can't really break it down the way he did. He is Mr. David Gaspaz, a local human rights attorney and president of the National Lawyers Guild, so we all know about law, but he breaks it down so that you can understand it and be energized about it. So the SB 1070 sounds like something that you get on your tag or something like that, but it's really a law.
Well, it is, although the judge enjoins implementation of certain aspects of it. There's Arizona law that's been really controversial for a long time now that requires local police on what they call reasonable suspicion to take into custody anyone that they think may be an undocumented immigrant.
So, an undocumented immigrant. So basically, like driving while black. Not driving while black, but driving while brown.
That's correct.
Same type situation.
Yes.
Whereas we have license to show, they may not have a legal license, so if they don't have a license, they can go to jail.
Correct. And they can be criminally prosecuted in addition to being deported.
Okay.
Arizona also made it illegal to be undocumented in the state.
So immigration basically means that you come over without any documentation.
Well, some people do get documents. There are so-called legal immigrants who either have visas for a particular purpose or a particular period of time. People that get work permits and can stay. They call green cards.
Okay.
But masses of people come across the border and come to the United States because, frankly, that's where they can get work.
And it's supposed to be better. So because it's supposed to be better, we're dealing with issues like this. How do you think the attitude of people all over will change? Or will it change? Will it get better, or do you think things will get worse?
Well, one or the other. I am hopeful that things will get better. I think one of the problems is that when we look at the mass media, they really don't talk about the important issues. They continue with these platitudes about how our immigration system is broken, how we need to, secure our borders. What they don't talk about is the fact that transnational corporations with NAFTA, with the World Trade Organization, all these laws about free trade now have free reign to go anywhere in the world they want, to supersede local laws if they find them inconvenient, and therefore what happens is they go where they can pay the lowest possible wages, and people, not only that, people in those countries, they lose their land because they're bought out by factories, they're kicked off their property, they don't have jobs, so they come here looking for work.
So they leave something that's pretty okay to come to something that they have to really, really fight for.
Well, it was okay until it got taken over by the transnationals, yes.
So with the injunctions and things that have happened, I guess today, basically this morning, what will happen tomorrow? What will be the outcome tomorrow?
That's a good question. As I say, the judge has banned the implementation right away of the most heinous aspects of the law.
Okay.
But I think it's important to remember that the Justice Department of the Obama administration, which brought this lawsuit that got these injunctions, has actually increased the number of deportations from the last administration. So they are not really friends of immigrants.
Okay.
And there are people in Arizona, Sheriff Joe Arpaio in particular, who already has a jail that is mostly tents, that he has set aside for people he's planning on arresting. And that means baking in the hot Arizona heat for having come to this country without documents. And I would think also that what the future holds really depends very much on how people start thinking about this question.
It's 2010 now, we're looking at Mexican and Latino immigrants. But before now, it was us coming over, not trying to get here, but being brought here. So the issues are still the same, but we weren't fighting to come here. We were fighting to go back. So now that things and the tables have turned, we stand behind our brothers and our sisters. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And thank you for your contributions. Hopefully we'll get you in the School of Hip Hop.
Great.
Thank you. So, the SB 1070 is unconstitutional, it's unjust, it's unreal, it's unfair. If you look around now, you see different colors, different shades of brown, light-skinned, dark-skinned people. People who are fighting for their right to stay here and be treated fairly. That's only in Birmingham, but think about in Arizona. We talk about driving while black, we talk about our families not being appreciated, we talk about not getting proper pay, not getting proper treatment. Here are people that actually want to be here, people that will work for anything. We laugh at them, we talk about them, and we talk about their strategies in order to keep their families together. But these people are struggling, and on tomorrow, it would have been way worse than it is now that this judge decided to say that this stuff is unfair. They would have been being arrested just for being in the United States without proper documentation. So instead of us talking about our brothers and our sisters, we must remember that if we believe in things that count, if we read the Bible, we believe in the Bible, we do believe that we should treat our foreign people to our land just like how we treat our neighbors and treat those that look like us. So these are things to remember because it could be us again. Am I right? Alright, so you've heard what's been going on all evening. We've been talking about what would have happened tomorrow that would have been heinous toward our lighter brown sisters and brothers over or down in Arizona. So they're here in America because they want to be here in America. They're fighting to be here. We, the darker brothers and sisters, the African Americans who were brought here, at one point we were fighting to go back. Then we were fighting to have the equal rights. So we can understand how this kind of correlates to exactly what we went through. Before the interview, you said that if it weren't for our struggles, this wouldn't be happening.
Definitely. And what you have to keep in mind is that during the African slave trade, in which countless millions of our people were snatched from Africa by Europeans, only after a 1,000-year period of the Arab slave trade, which did the same, went in the opposite direction. Many of our ancestors or Africans were taken to Latin America, especially Brazil. Okay. According to the United States generated statistics of the 540 million Latinos in Latin America, 150 million to 200 million are Afro or Black Latinos. So Hispanic or Latino is not a race, it's an ethnic group. A Hispanic or Latino can be black, white, red, yellow, whatever.
So
all it means is Spanish speaking or you're Portuguese speaking, or Spanish speaking, Portuguese speaking country.
So you're telling me that most of these people have some of our...
Yes, they don't have the tan just because of sun.
Okay. So did you know that? So if you didn't know that, think about the Immigration Act of 1965.
Yes.
Then you think about the same year that what happened to...
The Voting Rights Act of 65, same year that Medicare and Medicaid came about, and as a result of whom, a white-looking black man by the name of Adam Clayton Powell who gets no credit.
What's his name again?
Adam Clayton Powell.
So research Adam Clayton Powell.
He is the reason for, and his son is quote-unquote Latino because his son, second son that is Puerto Rican. That's a nationality, that is not a race.
Okay.
But Adam Clayton Powell is the reason for school lunches, student loans, equal work, equal pay for women, Medicare and Medicaid, Job Corps, and countless other things.
Teach. So, everything that happens with the lighter brown skinned people has something to do with what happens with dark skinned brown people.
Yeah.
So when you think about the struggles that they're going through right now, you can parallel these to the things that we went through, and you can think about how we should show some type of sympathy, or not sympathy, but understanding to what their situation is with this law.
Well, you have to be careful because what is happening is that a lot of your brown-skinned Latinos are giving our Afro-Latinos hell in every Latin American country, period, even in this one. So we have to be careful. So yes, we can be sympathetic and empathetic, but we have to understand that there's a lot of divide and conquer going on, and that in the Latin American countries, as well as here, a lot of your brown-skinned Hispanics are giving Afro-Hispanics hell in terms of Afro-Hispanics being in many cases, the majority of the people in prison, or jobless, or uneducated, or underemployed, or whatever. So we have to be careful, and there are books on this dealing with the divide between blacks, if you will, or Africans, because that's where we come from.
Right.
Remember, a name for people should be tied to history, land, and culture. So Africans and so-called Hispanics, there's a rift going on. Are white supremacists behind it? I don't know. Somebody's behind it, and it's causing problems and a rift. We can doggone kind of get rid of that rift. It's going to take some time, but we got to make sure we get our part of it.
Okay.
That's the game.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
We could do this all day, I'm sure. Lectures and classes. But for more of this, the School of Hip Hop will welcome the Hawk to the studio. So when we get to the studio, hopefully you'll be just as on the edge of your seat as you are now.